I just want to stop and say on my way out, look at the lake. It's pretty impressive. Well, now we are here on the hunt for a table for my YouTube videos, an outdoor workbench of the sort. I think I know where one is. It's at an old homestead site where the building got torn down and there's just a couple things left that the county left because the land was bought out by the county and is now public. There's just a few pieces of garbage left from where the house was, and I think one of them is an old, either a TV stand table or like a typewriter table, something like that. And I'm gonna go see if it's still there. I'd imagine it is, and then if it is, then I'll bring it back, and then that can be kind of the outdoor workbench. It is all metal, and the concern with that is that I work on hot chassis set radios, so I'm going to have to find a way to insulate it, the top part, even if it's just, you know, putting a towel on it or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a lot better than using the outdoor furniture, like the little plastic table for the table and chair set for the outdoor patio area. Because I don't want to wreck those, even though I'm sure a hailstorm will come through this July and just destroy them, but oh well. Rather not break them. But yeah, anyway, I want to mention that this video is being filmed with the last Eastman Kodak camera that's genuinely an Eastman Kodak camera. The Easy Share Max Z990. Or Z990 Max is what people call it. But yeah, it's the last, like, sort of nice camera that Kodak actually made. I think it's from, like, 2012, somewhere around there, I think. But yeah, and I can talk more about that in another video if anybody's interested. And there's other videos out there that explain why this is the last actual Kodak camera. But anyways, that's not important. What's important is that we're getting a table for the outdoor workbench. Alright, so I'm coming up on that spot now. The fog has kind of cleared up a little bit. It's only about maybe, I don't know, 8 or 10 minutes later from the last time I filmed. I think it's up here, yeah, by the tall tree in the road. This is the old driveway, and then the house was up in here. Yeah, look at that, there's a table. As you can see over there, there is our table. Alright, I kind of want to make this quick, because I don't want to look like I'm dumping stuff. Oh, this feels like it's aluminum. It's really light. I think that'll do. And probably from, I don't know, maybe the 50s to the 70s. Kind of looks like a cart that I have from, it says 1954 on the bottom. I hear a car coming, so I should probably load this. Well, we're back, and I made a trip to the hardware store to get some stuff. I thought that I could wire up this little thing down here, but that's not what that's for. Or if it is for that, then it was a much, much older outlet style, not as tall as this. So I think what I'm going to do with this and this, so I'm going to mount them on the front here, kind of like that. I'm going to drill a hole, mount it down there. I still want to have an outlet, electrical run to this. I also picked up a 3-prong grounded thingy. And I got Farm and Implement Brown Spray, just because I didn't want this thing to be John Deere green or Farmall red. So I just got boring old brown. I also didn't want it to cook in the sun. So I figured that's kind of a happy medium. I did a lead test as well. I already completed the lead test. And it passed. No lead on this, which is nice, because that would be a pain in the butt. And other than that, it's just all a little basic stuff for wiring something up. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape this thing and get to painting.
So, the next step is going to be to water this thing down so it doesn't dust everywhere. And I found this in the recycling. It's all crumpled up. I blew it back together. And then I took one of those nail stamp things for doing, for like stamping a nail further into a piece of trim. And I popped a hole in the top, and then it can look like I'm peeing all over the thing. Just gotta let it water itself down. Like I said, this isn't lead, but I still don't want the dust going everywhere. Alright, so here we are at this stage. I scraped a lot of the paint off. The part with the most amount of paint that came off was the back, or the bottom there. Yes, I know this probably wasn't the right way to do it, but I don't really care. I do know that it could be done better. If I really cared about this thing, if I was really trying to restore it, I'd, sand it and stuff. But I just want something that's better than a plastic, lawn chair table thing. So, yeah. And here we are before painting. I'm just kind of letting it bake on high in the sun. If I really wanted this thing to go inside the house, or really, if I cared about it, then I'd sandblast it, or I'll sand it and actually do it right. But I'm just going to kind of leave it how it is. It's wiped down. All the loose chips are off. I don't care if the paint's uneven. It doesn't matter. It's going to be outside. I decided not to paint those, you see the inside of that post there. Decided not to paint that just because, well, one, I was too lazy to do so, and two, I ran out of paint. So, oh well, I can always buy another can. I think that thing cost like $6.94 or something. I realized that I had to get a switch plate, well, or an outlet plate, whatever you call it, for the outlet. So I found this one in the basement. I do have some cool old vintage ones from the house, from when we do work on the house, but I didn't want to let those sit out in the sun for season after season, however long this thing lasts. And what's kind of cool about this is that it's actually made in USA. It is made by Eagle brand. So, it's still made in USA. Kind of cool. I appreciate that. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole into the side and install that outlet right there. Okay, so here's the quote-unquote finished product. It's got a few scuffs and scrapes here and there. The paint's still chipping from the top parts of the, tables, shelves. But I'm just going to leave that as is. It's okay with me. I mean, this thing is just going to rot out in the woods anyway, so it's better than that. I think in the future it would be nice to throw in a switch to turn on and off those outlets, but it's no big deal right now, so I'm just going to kind of leave it. I'm also going to try to zip tie the power cord to run across and then down the leg over there, just because. And I think that'll do it for this, at least, as for now. This is kind of where it's going to sit out here. That's why I wanted the industrial agriculture implement level spray paint. Alright, and as a final little send-off, I'm going to be plugging in, keeping with the brown theme here, the Katsura Model 2727W brownest AM radio I own. Otherwise known as the Founders Edition radio in my Discord server, because it kind of looks like an NVIDIA Founders Edition GPU. So, I'm going to plug it into the front here. Well, the cart's plugged in now. It hasn't blown the fuse or anything, so... Okay, and that didn't electrocute me, so I guess it's wired right.
Story about Bob Drayton, and he was at his own home, an intruder...
So yes, there it goes. It's got wiring now. That's kind of cool. And a new outdoor workbench is always a pleasant surprise. So, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.